Today's a really good day to sit out by the lake. Been working all day. Why don't I just sit down and relax? Why am I going to jog 4 miles when I could be sitting relaxing in front of that there lake? I'll tell you why. Improving in life is a challenge. If you're not being challenged, you're probably not improving and you're probably not growing. Sometimes you got to get yourself out of that comfort zone. Get off the couch and get your ass out there. What's up, guys? Welcome back to That's Right, I Said It. Yesterday, 3.3 grams of kratom again for the whole day. No issue sleeping. With that said, I still am taking roughly about a half teaspoon of kava and a melatonin to sleep, and I seem to sleep through the night with no real issues. Again, really the only thing that's gonna tell whether I'm completely free and clear of any kratom withdrawals is to stop taking it altogether, which I plan to do. Looks like it's Thursday now. Looks like it's probably going to be next week when I do that. Not sure what day, but at some point next week I'm definitely going to go a whole day and not take any kratom whatsoever, and I'll see how my night times look. With that said, I feel like I'm pretty much past most physical withdrawals associated with coming off of kratom, because like I said, I'm only taking it once a day at this point. I'm going all morning, all day, all afternoon without taking any, and I'm usually not taking my evening dose till sometime around 6, sometimes even later than that, 7 o'clock in the evening. So with that said, I'm spending more of my day out of the influence of kratom than I am spending my day under the influence of kratom. So that's when you kind of can get a real grasp on where you are in terms of any withdrawals. Again, I'm not really having any physical withdrawals at this point. I would say mostly it's kind of a mental. I'm having a little bit of anhedonia, a little bit when I get up, kind of like, I don't want to go to work. I kind of just a little bit unmotivated, that sort of thing. And I know it's going to be like that for a while, until everything gets leveled out. So I wanted to do a quick kind of review, I guess, on L Tyrosine. I talked about yesterday on my video that I actually ordered some L Tyrosine. It did arrive last night, so I did get the shipment. I did take one. These came in 500 milligram capsules, and I did what was recommended. I took one of the 500 milligram capsules pretty much first thing this morning when I woke up. Washed it down with maybe 6 ounces of water or whatever. Got dressed, brushed my teeth, fixed my coffee and headed out the door. And then on the way to work, I drank my usual probably 10 to 12 ounces of coffee that I have every day. And let me show you what these look like. So this is the L Tyrosine. See if you can see that. I don't know if so it's kind of this little white pill sort of thing. So as far as the review, I was getting a lot of mixed messages online when I looked up this stuff. Certain sources were saying that this is something that you could dose on it every day. Just don't take too much per day, or you will end up having like some side effects like headaches and stuff like that. And then other sources were saying, this is something you don't need to take every day, and you don't need to take it for an extended period of time. I even saw a couple of comments on the videos that said, if you take this stuff for a longer period of time or an extended period of time, it can affect your serotonin levels, dopamine receptors, and all that stuff permanently, which obviously scared the hell out of me. But this is the internet. you really are always going to get a mixed bag of opinions, to the point where I saw some videos where people were like, oh, this is bullshit, it doesn't work, it didn't really do anything for me, I didn't really notice a difference. And then right below that, you would see a video where somebody just gave 10, 15 positive benefits, and it talked like it was just the greatest thing since sliced bread. They couldn't believe how much it really helped them with motivation and energy, mood, focus, helped them deal with stress, all these different things that it supposedly did for them on a positive note. So it's one of those things where you really kind of have to try it out for yourself. With me, this is my first dose. Well, let me back up. So, and I actually saw a video where one guy was saying that, you know, he didn't really get any effects until he had been taking it for a few days. And then I saw other videos where people say you can pretty much feel the effects immediately. Take it, you know, make sure you take it on an empty stomach, which I did. Drink some caffeine, that kind of helps it, you know, manifest in your system better. And then you can, 30 minutes, you're already starting to feel the effects of it. So I really got a little bit of all of that, and that's why I say you just have to try stuff like this for yourself. I would definitely recommend not trying it if you are a person who is already under the care of a physician and you're already being prescribed, you know, doctor prescribed medications. You definitely want to consult with your doctor on that. I am no physician, so I'm not here to give anyone any medical advice. I myself don't take any doctor prescribed medications. I take a little bit of Kratom each day, and I'm used to the effects of Kratom because I've been, you know, dosing on Kratom now for 3-4 years. So I wasn't really concerned about starting with I'm a 195 pound guy, so I wasn't too concerned about starting with a 500 milligram dose of Tyrosine. I knew that wasn't going to kill me, and it didn't. I'm still here. So but if you are under the care of a physician, make sure you talk to your doctor, especially if you're currently taking a medication for something like ADHD. And I can tell you from experience, from a person who has taken ADHD medication back in the day, it's been probably, you know, 6-7 years now since I've taken them, but I took for probably a good 5 or 6 years. I took Vyvanse, which is like a methamphetamine, or is that what you call it? Not methamphetamine sounds bad, doesn't it? But it is an amphetamine. You think of methamphetamine, you think of some skinny person on the street scratching and all their teeth are falling out, and you think of that. Obviously, you know, this isn't crystal meth or methamphetamine that I was taking. This was a doctor prescribed, taking Vyvanse, which was a time release medication for ADHD, and I've also taken Adderall. So I'm very familiar with the effects of both of those medications. And I can tell you now, unless I'm just speaking out of turn here, like I said, it could be that you have to take a few doses of it and let it get in your system for a few days before the effects really begin to manifest. That could be true, but at least for me, so far it's been nothing like that. I took one 500 milligram dosage this morning. Right around the time, about 10 minutes before I got to work, I did kind of start feeling, you know, it was one of those things where it was almost like I couldn't really tell, is this just the placebo effect? Am I just kind of expecting to feel something, therefore I am feeling something? I couldn't really tell. Maybe a little bit more energy, a little bit more like heightened, like that little bzzz, you know, that little focus buzz that starts to buzz in your brain when you take something like that. I maybe had a little bit of that on the way to work. As far as really, you know, my mood and focus and anything, I don't really think it did anything for me right out of the gate. But, you know, this is also my first time taking it. And I was spending just as much time paying attention to, okay, is this doing something? Is this not doing something? So as far as focus and getting work done, I'd have moments where I was just standing there kind of, we're not standing, but sitting at my desk kind of looking around like, am I feeling this? Is this, you know, is this just my normal psyche right now, or am I feeling a little, I was too busy trying to understand and contemplate how I was actually feeling at that moment. So I was focused on something. I don't know if it was my work, but I was focused on, whether I was actually feeling anything from the tyrosine or not. So the jury's still kind of out for me. I did take the other 500 milligram dose probably about 30 minutes ago, and I'm drinking a little coffee. Again, even now, as I'm sitting here, I'm looking around. Look at this view. It's a nice view. I just want to show you guys this. Yeah, it's pretty nice out here today. But yeah, so I'm looking around, trying to figure out, am I actually feeling something or not? Really, it's kind of hard to tell. I feel like maybe I have a little slight boost of energy there, but this is one of those things where maybe tomorrow I'll be able to give you guys, a better report as far as what this did for me. And again, the issue is they say it's not good to take this stuff all the time. You don't want to take it every day. And I definitely don't want to have any negative long-term effects of taking something like L Tyrosine every day. So I'm not sure what I'll do. Maybe tomorrow, instead of taking a full gram for the day, maybe I'll just take one of the 500 milligram capsules and just let that be it for the day. And then maybe over the weekend I won't take any, and then I'll just take it again when the week starts and maybe skip a few days. I'm gonna definitely, out of the gate for the first few days, I'm gonna try to dose on it a few times just to see, is this something that kind of needs to build up in your system a little bit, because you really do get a mixed bag of opinions when you try to do your own internet-based research on this. And again, I allude back to what I mentioned before. I saw videos where, more people than not were saying that it was a benefit, and they were surprised how it really did carry some similar effects to kind of like a stimulant, almost like it increasing an ADHD medication, increasing the mood, focus, helping with stress, all those different things. And then 2-3 videos down, you would find one of these outlier videos where someone was like, it's bullshit, it doesn't work at all. So again, you really do have to decide for yourself. And I want to say one more time, if you're taking like an ADHD medication that you are getting prescribed from the doctor, don't try L Tyrosine. Too much of anything is a bad thing, and we've talked about that. Everything in moderation is important. So if you're taking any other doctor prescribed medications, I would definitely make sure that there aren't any contraindications with L Tyrosine and the prescriptions that you're taking. So don't take my word for it. The only reason I just took it right out of the gate is because, I'm a healthy guy. I don't take any doctor prescribed medications. So I don't have a lot of things on board that, would cause any significant interactions with L Tyrosine. So I felt like it was a pretty safe play for me. But just be aware of that. So the jury's kind of still out. Sorry, I didn't have more of a more formative, more I don't know, final stance or final opinion on the L Tyrosine, but I think, in subsequent videos, maybe I'll be able to give more information on how it affected me and all that good stuff. So far, maybe just kind of a slight energy boost. I haven't really noticed, any improvements in necessarily focus, or I wouldn't even say mood necessarily at this point. But again, maybe that'll change once I dose on it, and get a little bit in my system over the next few days. I'm hoping it doesn't affect my sleep tonight. I took my last dose at 11:30 this morning, and I do not plan on taking any more of the L Tyrosine for the evenings, because I have, seen a couple of reports where it can affect your sleep at night, since it has that sort of increase in dopamine and kind of increase in, stimulant sort of approach with with the amino acid. So not going to take any more tonight. Definitely need my sleep to be on point, you know, with having decreased the amount of kratom that I've taken so much over the past month and a half, 2 months, you know, down to 3 grams. That's hardly anything. So I definitely don't want to be having something to disrupt my sleep at night. But anyway, that's what I got. Comment on the video, like the video. If you're interested in the sort of content and you want to, or you're looking to come off of kratom, or you're on kratom extracts and you want to come off of the extracts, or just getting too expensive, or they're starting to cause you some negative consequences, yo, back up, watch all my videos. I take this thing all the way from the beginning. I've done like a complete video vlog from the day of that I stopped taking the MIT 45s, and have since been tapering down on the kratom powder. So I'm a person that doesn't take anything lying down. I research all this stuff, and I make sure that I'm doing the best I can do for myself to get through this challenging time. So if you guys can be the beneficiaries of any of the research and work that I've put in, then lucky you. All right, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Peace, guys.